Gold jacket, green jacket, who gives you?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Gold Jacket, Green Jacket podcast. We're here for episode number 22. My name is Christian Dragonetti. I'm joined, as always, by my good friend and Australian PGA professional, Mr. Joel Mitchell. Joel, mate, how you doing?
Good. What's going on?
Just getting over death.
Yeah, well, same.
We were both... Now, let's preface this. We had our guest... Halfcaf Golf on last week, and thank you very much for all the feedback on that. It's been really, really good.
That was good.
We really appreciate it. And Charlie, if you're listening, thanks for coming on. We really do appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely.
But we were both really under the weather and really crook, not only while we were recording, but for the 4 days after it.
Oh, man. I was been speaking to people throughout the whole week, and they go, yeah, it's going around. And it always happens this time of year. It's like the cold is really kick in, you know. A lot of bacteria going around. That's how it sort of works. And I never usually got sick. You know what I mean? I never used to, during school and stuff, I never used to.
You can put me down every year at least once.
Start of July, bang.
Start of July. You know, any time in July. July's the worst month of the year for me.
See, my last 2 years, I've copped it bad. Like really, really, really bad. And like last year, I thought I was going to fucking die.
Yeah, but you're also out playing golf a lot more, so you're exposed to the elements.
True.
Like, I'm completely convinced I did it to myself.
What?
Like, getting myself sick this week or last week, because I was out playing on Saturday in the rain.
Yeah, it just doesn't help, does it?
It doesn't help.
You know what, actually, you know what I thought? This was a weird one. This actually kind of made me think and has like changed my mindset. Like, so I live with my girlfriend, right? And her mum said something to me during the week, like the reason why you get sick. And I'm like, I'm covering up my chest, of, you know, making sure everything's warm and stuff like that. She goes, look, it's good to stay warm and all, but it's actually the air you're breathing in that's fucking cold. And that's what's going into you.
Absolutely.
Just because you're staying warm
doesn't
mean you're not going to get sick. And I'm like, no shit. I'm thinking in my head, like, you know what I mean? Like, it never occurred to me.
You never think
so
of it.
during the last 3 nights, I've tried to sleep where I'll have the blanket just covering my mouth, so I'm bringing everything in warm air.
Yeah.
To try and like thinking it's gonna work.
It's not.
It's not. Of course it's not. But look, you know, now that's completely changed the mindset of that. So now I'm trying to breathe in fucking warm air. And just so I'm not breathing in that cold, chilling shit that goes in actually into your body. I'm like, that just completely.
And to put it into perspective with just how crook we were, you and I were booked in to play at Heidelberg on Thursday.
Yeah, and neither of us.
And I was really on the fence about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, look, I'm going to wake up in the morning, see how I go. Because Thursday was my RDO.
Yeah.
So if you know me, know what my RDO schedule is.
What day were you the most crook?
Probably
Which day?
Tuesday.
Yeah, same. So Tuesday, Wednesday, bedridden.
Yeah,
like,
I was the same.
Everything hurt.
So I was homesick with sick leave on Tuesday, Wednesday, and then it was coincidental and convenient that my RDO was Thursday. So I got an extra day off, right? And so I was like, sweet, 2 days in bed, kicking on the couch, get up and play golf on Thursday.
Yeah, you should be good.
Right? And then I rang you Wednesday night and I'm like, oh no, you rang me and you're like, I don't think I'm any good for tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, this throws a spanner into the works, because if you're not playing, I don't want to go stand out there with two people I probably don't know.
In the ice, being bored.
On the ice. Yeah, just being like, just making things worse.
Yeah.
So I ended up pulling the pin as well.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know what? It's the lesser of two evils. I'd rather just get properly well and then worry about it.
So I don't even.
Boy, did it fuck me up on Saturday.
Really?
Oh my God, I should have gone and played.
Yeah, really.
Should have gone and played.
See, now we're going to move into like our latest round.
Yeah.
And of course, you're going to chat about Saturday, but the last time I played was last Monday.
With Charlie?
Oh, yeah, with Charlie.
All right, so
like,
just give us a couple sentences then, because you said you had a practice round. You went out and had a practice on Friday.
I shouldn't have.
You shouldn't have?
I shouldn't have, because I, like, Thursday night, midday Thursday night, I'm like, okay, I'm getting my voice back. I'm not as sore. You know, my head's not as blocked. I'm starting to regain consciousness.
Yeah.
That's sort of what it felt like. So I'm like, all right, beautiful. I'll go out tomorrow. I'll wait till it warms up, sort of midday-ish, right? And then I'll just cruise out there. I'll stay warm. I'll chuck some gloves on, beanie, all the works, you know, stay warm and go out and just make contact.
Yeah.
Just hit balls. Just go out and hit balls, do my chipping and putting, and just spend a few hours just making sure I still know how to hit it. You know what I mean? Like that's what it felt like. Because
Yeah.
3 days inside doing fuck all
He's not good.
was not good. Well, for your form anyway. And I'd like to think I'm in some form at the moment. Like it was starting to really creep in.
Yeah.
Right, especially with some of the rounds I was having. But Friday, I shouldn't have.
Nah.
I shouldn't have. I did feel okay. On Friday, and because being out there felt even better, sort of breathing in proper air instead of dog farts and stinky feet, right? So, and it felt okay. I actually hit it awesome on the range.
Yeah.
Chipping and putting. Putter felt really solid. Like had a lot of control with the wedge. So I'm like, beautiful. It's still there. You know what I mean? It's still there. So just hang on, right? And then got home, and then that night and Saturday,
No good.
just plummeted. Saturday was a nightmare.
Yeah.
And then yesterday I'm finally
Because you worked Saturday, didn't you?
No.
No, you were just at home.
No, I was supposed to play majority of last week, like Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. Oh, sorry, Wednesday, Thursday, practice session, Saturday morning sort of thing, play Sunday. Didn't do any of it.
Shit.
I was at home for 6 days. And yeah, same sort of deal. It was
Yeah.
just did not move. But the latest round, to sum up, yeah, that practice session on Friday.
Take it or leave it.
That was probably
That was it.
that was all I had. And
Well,
yours?
yeah. Look. Yeah, I mustered up the courage to go out and actually have a hit on Saturday morning.
Before you continue, you still didn't get that phone call on Sunday, Arvo. So you must have something. in store
Nah,
for me.
look, I purposely didn't want to bring it up with you till now. Like, I normally tell you what's going on.
Okay.
But I played with the boys from Halfcaf Golf. So Stuart and Dave, obviously Nashy's given golf away from all accounts, and he's not interested.
He's had enough.
He's had enough. But my normal boys that I play with were unavailable this week, so I jumped in with them. And teed off on 15. And if you're just imagining, yeah, it's the same face I pulled. Same face I pulled. Yeah, 15 is in the back corner of the golf course.
That couldn't, except for 14, you can't really
Get further away from the
do
clubhouse.
much more than that.
You can't get further away.
Who chose that?
I don't know. I think they just got the wrong end of the draw.
Oh, was it full?
Chocker's full. But like, I looked at the
do?
timesheet earlier, and I even said to the boys halfway through the round, I'm like, did anyone suss the sheet before we teed off?
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we forgot. I'm like, there was a spot on 4. We could have gone and teed off on 4. But anyway, so I get there, do my warm up, everything's normal, looking fine. And then I left it a little bit too long on the putting green to get to the tee.
Oh, so you.
Yeah. And shout out to Anth Bainey, if he's listening. He gave me a lift down 1, and I had to run it up 15. So I cross down 1, across 16, up 15 to the tee box.
Yeah.
Ha! After 4 days being at home on the couch, pretty much. Like I went to work on Friday, but still I was not healthy.
No.
That was an effort. Right? I was dodging balls. So we did the second group off 15. I was dodging balls from the first group because they'd already started hitting. Right? And it was just not a good start.
What time was it?
7:35 in the morning.
Worse.
Even
That
worse.
stinks.
Right? I had 9 points in 9 holes.
Oh,
Just stunk it.
want to go home.
No, you know what? Yeah, a little bit. But like,
You're just happy to be there because you haven't been there for so
happy to
long.
be there because I hadn't been there for so long. And as soon as, so I went bogey double, first 3 holes, right?
Did you put in the piss on 17?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
yes. And then just as soon as that sort of happened, I was like, right, scorecard thrown away, forget it.
Yeah.
Just figure out what's wrong now.
Yeah.
Try and fix it. Get yourself excited for next week.
Yeah. Basically. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Just sort of massage everything out.
And exactly. Massage it out. And I sort of started to come good sort of 10, 11 and 12. So it was 5, 6 and 7. I birdied 5, which was awesome. Smack driver out onto 7, hit a gap wedge over the trees back onto the green to 8 foot, drained a putt.
Yeah. Good.
And then just sort of, once I got that, I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I want to shoot, let's say I said 2 over for the back 9 before I birdied 5, which was the 10th hole.
Yeah.
And I shot 5 over. So I wasn't terrible.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
Right. But some things that were sort of just there, but they're not there. Like there was glimpses. And I got home after that round of golf thinking, fuck me, I want to go out and play in the Arvo.
Yeah, you want to just
I want to go. I want to keep going.
you like I've just got the end of the massaging, the knot's almost out.
Right.
Yeah.
And I because I'm not joking, ladies and gents, for the first 9 holes of that round, it was doom and fucking gloom.
Yeah,
it was, and because I've been playing so well the last couple of weeks in that 4-ball event that me and Mitch were playing in, I'm like, fuck, you've just gone to throw away 3 weeks of decent form because you were sick.
That's exactly what I feel like
fucking
right now.
asshole.
Because I just before I came here this afternoon, I finished work at probably would have been 5:30 maybe. I think I'd called you going, yo, I'm on my way.
5:30 on the dot.
5:30. I think I walked out of the shop at about 20 past 5, and because Mondays are pretty calm and it's an optional Saturday day, so I'm like, fuck it. So I just grabbed my 7-iron out of my bag in my car and just grabbed 10 balls out of one of the bins. Went up and just sort of
hit 10 balls.
Just hit 10 balls just to make contact, right? And there's one thing that I've found. That when you have I'm not going to call it time off. It was 6 days. No, 6. It was a week.
It was a.
But
speed
that
bump.
feels like a long time.
It's such a long time.
It does. It feels like such a long time, especially when you play regularly.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like such a part of your routine in life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas for for your general 9 to 5 worker, you like Saturday to Saturday isn't that long. It's a working week. Cool. I'm playing golf again. Right. But for me, even if I play Wednesday, then I don't touch a club Thursday, Friday, Saturday, then I try to play Sunday. You're like, yeah, that's 4 days, but I'm still going, fuck, okay. Like I've got to not figure it out. You got to figure it out, but
you
I'm
got to
like,
reconnect.
I've got to reestablish like all my control.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's kind of hard to do sometimes. But like Friday was great. And so I hit it good after 4 days of not touching a club. And yeah, and same deal. Just before, like I said, I haven't hit a golf ball since Friday. And yeah, like I said, that's 3 days. It's not long.
Yeah.
But hit it awesome. And I find having that little bit of time to try and all I wanted was that control and just see the ball flying straight and solid contact. And I find I just regain feelings doing that.
Yep.
Because I just dial it back a tiny bit and just go, okay, I'm not going to put this Tiger Woods 2000 swing on it.
But I'm
just going to do,
and see what happens.
and just make good contact first. And then I feel like it dials you so much, it dials me back so much where I just regain control.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, there it is.
Is it regaining control or is it forgetting the bad habits? Because for the longest time, when I would get myself into bad habits, like for the longest time, I used to hit a cut, right? If I then started seeing that ball hook, because I was trying to draw it or, pardon me, or if it was just like the complete opposite of what I was normally used to seeing, I would go, something's catastrophically wrong. I'd try and go fix it in a lesson. And if it still wasn't any good, I'd go, that's it, tools down. And I'd put the golf clubs in the back corner of the garage and I wouldn't touch them for 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Or 2, 3, just
somewhere,
a long enough period of time for my body.
More than 10 days.
Correct. For my body to forget those bad habits.
Yeah. And
so that the next time I pick up a club, it's muscle memory.
Yeah.
And you hope to God that you remember the good stuff.
I just find I produce so much better tempo where I'm just concentrating on all right. Like not force your body into those positions, but it's like, okay, it's not even a positive swing thought. It's just a better swing thought to make that good contact. And then you just sort of work off that and then you start getting more confident. And by the end, like by my 9th or 10th ball, I'm hitting that full swing shot and it was just this gorgeous little normal draw, like normal.
Yeah,
and
your
I'm
normal
like,
golf
okay,
shot.
yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Well, that's the thing I
Just
kept telling
regain
myself.
control. Yeah.
So after the first 3 or 4 holes on Saturday, I knew exactly what I was doing wrong because it's the same thing I always do wrong. I get quick in the tempo. My transition becomes microscopic. It's so small. And I just kept telling what you've said to me in the past is just like, give yourself a half a second at the top, slow down, finish the golf swing.
Create length.
And the other thing I tried to do is, and I've had this problem for a long time, but I've not really focused too much on it. I feel when I'm swinging a golf club, it looks like I'm completing a full swing because the hands finish up here.
Yeah.
Right? But I feel like my hands stop producing force once I've hit it. I kind of just get the club, like my hands and the club back to the ball, impact, and then for maybe that far after the ball, I'm like producing a bit of force, and then I just stop. And it's just literally just letting the momentum of the swing finish.
Good. You're using a bit of tempo and momentum to actually make contact with the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not
Whereas
wrong
I
with that.
feel like I kind of need to commit a little bit more.
Oh, as
after
long
impact.
as that club head is moving at its quickest, that contact with the ball, that's all you really need to do.
Yeah.
So there's no point getting quick in the transition. That's why I like saying to you, get your swing feeling a bit longer and a bit a bit more fluid, because your swing is only going to go at its fastest when everything is connected, which is on your downswing. So that's why a quick backswing, or when people get a bit stiff and really rigid and stuff like that, the club head is moving all sorts of different speeds throughout the swing. So it's like how you're supposed to. If you do make good contact, you don't know how far it's going to go
No.
because you don't know what speed it's going at the end. That's
No.
why tempo is so important. And
Yeah.
that's why actually just flat out just hitting the ball good off the club face just goes so much further than you'd expect.
I
It's like-
genuinely am going to spend the rest of this year and hopefully a lot longer after that focusing on my tempo. Letting that be the
massive.
number one swing thought
massive.
in my mind for the rest of this year, because I do get super quick. And when I get super quick is when things start going fucking.
I find the biggest compliment I find personally that I like receiving or could receive when I'm playing with. So if you play with people, obviously they know how your swing goes, and you don't receive the compliment as often because it's more normal. Right? But when I play with newer people or people I don't play with often, I love getting complimented on tempo and like how smooth the swing is. So it doesn't look like anything's moving overly fast. It doesn't look like everything's out of, there's quick transitions. And that's the best compliment I find I can receive.
Absolutely.
It's like being told you smell good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's sort of like, feels like that. It's like your tempo is really good, or like really like how you hitting it so far and so good, and it doesn't even look like you're hitting it.
That hard.
I
yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
I absolutely love
It
that.
looks effortless.
I'd rather that than really any other compliment. And I love being told my putting stroke looks good. Like I like that because I'm like, okay,
Builds confidence.
it just makes you feel like, oh, okay, obviously it looks good. So you're gonna, whatever that feels like, sort of thing, you're gonna keep trying to do that. So whenever I get told the tempo looks great, I'm like, awesome. So now it feels like every swing, I'm like, cool, just chuck a good tempo on it, and it's gonna work out all right.
I had that
Generally.
sort of moment on Saturday. So obviously teed off on 15. So we got to 13, which is a par 3.
Yeah,
It's playing 180 meters,
yeah,
right? And it was cold.
yeah.
So I've pulled 4 iron.
I was gonna say it's a 4 or 5.
It's a 4 iron, right? And on a good day, I could probably, on warmer conditions, I'd probably try and roast a 5 iron there, right? But I'd literally been telling myself all day, right, worry about that tempo, slow it down, give yourself half a second at the top, and just swing through the fucker, right? Don't pull out, right? Finally put it together on this golf swing on 13, right? Pin was tucked back left of the green, and it's a big green. 13 is a big, big green, right? And caught this thing crispy as, and it's fucking right at it. It's a fraction left of the flag with a touch of a cut, sticks the green, 15 foot, and I'm just like, oh. And one of the boys. So I played with Dave and Stuart and their mate Jack, and Jack goes, there it is,
Yeah, sort of.
There it is.
There's the one.
and I'm like, yeah.
Thank you.
And then the funny thing about that hole is David from Halfcaf Golf put it, no joke, I'm not even fucking kidding you, that far outside my ball.
Oh,
The next shot, like inches, gave me a read, and I drained the fucking birdie putt.
hey, there we
Right?
go. There it is.
There it is,
There it
right?
is.
And I'm like, and then going from having 9 points through 9 holes, I'm standing on the 18th hole, which is 14, par 5 down the hill, looking at the boys going, I need birdie for 30 points.
Yeah. Just like there's a goal.
There's the goal. I need birdie for 30 points. And I'm thinking, that's achievable. You've just played fucking 6 unreal holes. Let's go get it. Right? And that is the complete flip 180 of how I was thinking and feeling. Right? I don't think I mentioned that I wanted to go home during the round, but I was definitely thinking it. I was definitely like, oh, come on, really? Like, it wasn't like, oh, I want to go home. It was more like, fuck, you've been homesick all week looking forward to this.
Yeah, and you're doing
this is what you produce?
Yeah, this is what you're doing.
Fucking really?
Yeah.
Whereas, and then that was quickly quashed by, well, no, hang on. You didn't practice on Thursday. You haven't hit a ball since last Saturday. You've been fucking dying for the last 4 days. Yeah, I could barely breathe on Saturday. It was that cold, and I was still pretty congested because all those symptoms just came rushing back. I wasn't sick, but I was just felt it. and I'm all of a sudden being like, like walking up fairways just dying. Like, of course you're going to play shit.
Yeah, like come on.
Like,
Wake up. Just go out and
be a
enjoy
bit
it.
more realistic. And then I was like, okay, well, let's try and combat it a little bit and let's try and figure it out. But then 14, I have to tell you this because this is, if you listen back to episode 4, your pennant game, where I came out and there's a TikTok on our TikTok where I've got some highlights. You had a chip. You lost the 14th hole.
Oh, because I ended up in that crater in the bunker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you hit it
Long.
and you were past the bunker.
Yeah, I was down the hill.
So I had to make up and down for birdie from, you know, where the car paths are on 14? There.
Ew.
Over the left-hand bunker to a tucked left green, like left pin.
That's not.
It was the most
impossible.
impossible. And like getting up and down from that side of the green anyway, like left side of the green or behind the green on 14, fucking forget about it.
Left, right, or long's pretty fucked.
It's pretty fucked,
I'm
right?
honest,
If you're in a
yeah.
bunker, it's okay. But making up and down is so hard. I remember getting
Left
to the
is worse.
ball.
Left is worse than
I
right.
zapped the flag out 31 meters. I'm like, I need to know a number for those situations. I need to know how far I need to hit it. Got the cover number for the bunker. It was like 26. Hit this thing 26 and a half. Bounced on the downslope of the bunker, just rolled straight past the flag to the opposite side of the green. I'm like, all right, well,
That's
there
not
goes.
bad. Like, even
It's
keeping
not-
it on the green
It's
from
not
there.
bad. It was literally just on the green.
Yeah.
But the first thought was, okay, maybe birdie's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I need to drain a 30-footer.
Yeah.
And then the thing was fucking like that,
no,
and it was just hammering right to left. I ended up 3 jabbing it because it's a tough.
You gave it a
fucking
run though?
Gave it a run. Gave it a red hot crack.
You hit it past it? Don't tell me you left it short.
No, I think I was. No, I think I left it short. No, I hit a pass. Hit a pass.
Okay, so you had something slippery coming back.
Had a very slippery putt coming back. But look, the one thing I'll take away from this, and I'll quickly wrap it up because we don't normally talk about rounds for this.
No.
Despite how poorly I played for the first half of that round, the second half has got me thirsty to go and play more golf.
Yeah, good.
And I don't normally feel this way in winter.
Yeah. It's
Like
a bit unmotivating.
I've been texting Michael about going out and practicing this week because the weather's shit. We're going to probably go to the Sims on Thursday night.
It's just
I
unmotivating.
I just want to get a fucking club in my hands and play.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
I've
just
just got the itch
unmotivating.
again. I've got it, and I'm excited
Yeah, good.
because and then, like you said a few weeks ago, I feel like my low scores are coming.
Yeah, good. Well, it's perfect time because it's starting. Well, it's not starting to get out of that bad
I mean,
weather,
they're
but-
going to be low scores because the handicap keeps going up.
Yeah, facts. When you play off 15, like
Yeah, that's it.
yeah.
All right, so
We've got this segment, and
Yeah.
you brought this up during the week. You gave me a call, and you're like, right. Actually, you wanted to do grievances or like some things that piss you off. I'm like,
I like to do a bit of an grievances every few months with my mates just to let them know how much they're pissing me off.
Yeah, but
right, just
but I'm
get the
like-
boys around a table with a few beers and go, right, you're a dickhead, and this is why.
You're a problem.
right.
But I'm like, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be like, well, we already did like a pet peeve app.
Yeah.
So I'm like, do something, change it up, something else. So you came up with.
I came up with a segment called In the Bin.
It's called like just get rid of it.
In the Bin.
Yeah.
And what the whole premise is that you and I will list off things that we honestly think can fuck off about golf.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Like not interested at all whatsoever, not us. And some of these you might have heard previously in episodes. I think I've mentioned a few things that I really dislike about golf in the past. So if you're hearing these again, I'm sorry. But we've got
you're not.
3 each, and I want to have a bit of a discussion about it as well, if we can.
All right. We'll spend a few minutes on each. A
That's
couple
it.
minutes on
Not
each.
even.
So all right, I'm going to do mine.
Let's go one for one.
All right. So mine is 7-minute tee times.
Okay.
7 to 8 minute tee times. Fuck that off. Make it 10 minutes. Just make it 10 minutes.
Yeah, I
Both
agree.
sides. If you want to do a two tee start, great. First tee is at 7. You know, if it's daylight savings or it's this time of year, it doesn't
Yep.
get light till 7:30.
Yep.
So make it 7:30. But not the point. 7, 10 past 7, 7:20, 7:30, 7:40, 7:50, 8 o'clock. Blah blah blah. And yes, it probably does cut out a couple groups here and there, but the ultimate the ultimate thing people talk about so much, and I get calls in the shop all the time, or whatever it may be, calling us, group in front's a hole behind, or it's fucking slow out here. What are you going to do about it? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, look, it is our job to maintain speed of play and sort of marshal, I guess, like that. But if I'm in the shop by myself or something like that,
How are you possibly going to get out there?
exactly, I can't get out there. So and then again, it's up to the field. Everyone knows. Keep up with the group in front of you. That's just rule of thumb. Play it as it lies. It's the same fucking thing. Just keep up with the group in front of you. And a lot of people say, "Oh, we're getting held up every shot." Well, cool. Well, you've got nothing to worry about because you're obviously keeping up.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to have a check. And people say, "Oh, I can see there's no one on the next hole. They're a hole behind. They're a hole behind." That instantly means they're slow. No, we then print out a scorecard and go, right, they need to be on the 5th tee at 2:36, right? And it's currently 2:34 and they're finishing the hole. I'm like, right, they're not behind.
Yeah.
If it was 250,
you're just up their ass.
If it was 250,
yeah.
right, they're 15 minutes behind. They're slow.
Yeah.
They're definitely slow because they're going to be finishing at 4:35, 4:40 instead of 20 past 4. That's slow, yes. Then we'll go out and do something about it. But and then I have a look at the timesheet. They're a group of 2 behind a 4. I'm like, okay, of course you're going to be waiting, right? But that I reckon would just be solved if it was 10-minute tee times, and it would just give that extra couple minutes of breathing space. And if you do catch the group in front of you, fantastic. You're moving fast.
Yeah.
You are fast. Not the
100%.
group's not slow. You're just fast.
I cannot agree with you more.
Put that in the bin.
I can't agree with you more. And I'm going to link that in.
I'm gonna just add another 10 seconds there. The only problem with that is obviously the amount of people you can put on a timesheet. And
See, I was going to ask, is this, obviously this is 2T start, 1 and 10. Are you doing this on your main days? Or are you still doing shotties?
I reckon that's just my opinion. I just want it to be 10-minute starts everywhere because I find the court, the places that can do it flow so much better. Yeah. But you don't get as much people on the course.
I definitely think it should be 10-minute intervals during summer, during daylight savings.
Yeah, when you can fit people from 6:30 to 6:30, then that's when they're 10 minutes and it can string out a little bit. But this time of year, that can complicate things. But that's the only problem with that.
The instant fix is shotgun starts.
Yeah, which cater for a lot. They
100%.
help heaps. That's a great idea.
I used to hate shotgun starts.
Great idea.
And I friggin' love them now.
Great idea.
And I'm going to tie my first one into yours.
hit me.
Playing in the afternoon.
You're just in the bin.
I fucking hate it. Right? And I hate it for the same reason that you've just mentioned, right? It is so much slower than playing in the morning. I don't know whether or not it's the crowd of people that just play in those times.
Yeah.
But I don't like to be on the golf course all fucking day.
Yeah.
Right? I like to get out there, play my golf, maybe go in and have a feed afterwards and be home at a fucking respectable hour that isn't 12 and a half hours after I fucking got there. Right? Now, I had this conversation with a couple of the boys on the golf course, just sort of under the shade sails at Berg after my round. 2 boys were teeing off in the Arvos, and I said, "What are you doing? You guys normally play in the morning." It's too cold. I'm like, "Yeah, you're going to be here all day. You're going to be here all fucking night." Because the last week I had to play in the afternoon for that tournament that Mitch and I played in, right? And we played a 5-hour 10 round shotgun. And we only played 17 holes because we lost on 17.
That's just a stacked field.
It's just a stacked field.
Yeah,
no, but here's the thing, Joel. It was piss and rain. There was no one on the course. So we played 5-hour 10 because the 3 groups in front of us were fucking slow because they were taking this shit way too fucking seriously.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what pisses me off.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Right? But however, every experience I've had playing in the afternoon, particularly at my golf club, it's the one gripe I've got with my golf club. The Arvo field in particular is fucking slow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's maybe it's just the preconceived notion that I've got in my mind of that's how it is.
Yeah.
So that's how it always feels.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe it's on me. That's fair. I'll cop that. Right? But whenever I play in the Arvos, it fucking feels slow. No matter if it's a 2T start, shotgun start, it always feels fucking slow.
Yeah.
Right? And
is it because you're trying to get in before daylight?
Yeah.
So like anytime you're waiting, you're like,
hurry up. I had this fucking thought literally as I was walking to the car after I had this conversation with the boys.
Yeah.
I'm like, the beauty of playing in the morning is I get there when it's dark. I leave when it's daylight. It's still the same day. I can be as slow as I fucking want because all I'm going to get is, oi, hurry up. The Arvo field needs to tee off.
Yeah.
If I'm teeing off in the Arvo and I don't finish my round, I'm coming back the next day to fucking finish it. You know what I mean? Like, fuck that.
Yeah, facts.
I don't want to be driving home.
Facts.
And it's just got to do with the time of day. You finish your round of golf, let's say at 4:45. I live half an hour away from the golf course. By the time I get home, it's 5:45. What are you doing for dinner? What are you doing that Saturday night? You got places to be? You got a dinner in the city? Oh, shit. All of a sudden now you're rushing. Fuck that. Play in the morning. So much better. Arvo's in the bin. Fuck off. I hate it. Go, hit me with your second one.
This one, it's not that bad, but it just, I don't like it because of personal reasons. The par scoring format.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Just put that in the bin.
No, you're wrong.
For pace of play purposes
No, you're
and
wrong.
simplicity of the format, it is so simple and easy to score. It is so easy to keep track of, but I hate it in his way. I could play a par round, and I'm going to sound like a dick here, and you're going to hate this, but shut up.
Yeah, you could shoot 7 under but only have +5.
Well, yeah, but there's playing off a plus marker. Everyone should know it. Playing off a plus handicap, you have to give a shot back on
Yeah.
the easiest holes. Oh well, whatever it may be. +2, you give them 2 shots back on them on the easiest holes.
Anyway.
Blah blah blah. And so if I make par there, it's a minus out. You've wiped the hole. Bad luck. You lost. Right. So it goes in on the scorecard as wipe, which to people looks like you've had a fucking triple bogey. That's how it looks. And it feels like that.
See-
because I'll miss a birdie putt. I just have to pick the ball up now. Even if I've grinded, even if I played that easy hole terribly, like 14 at Rosanna or something like that, I hit a nose hook into the shit. I'm behind a bush. I've had to chip out left. I've hit this great third shot from 90 out or something to 10 feet. I have to pick the ball up.
Yeah. Look,
You know what I mean?
get it.
Like I can't even have a putt at saving par to try and save my round. It's a minus. Pick it up, move on. So that pisses me off. And another thing is, if I do that, if I have a really scuba round, I have to make sure I birdie every hole I give a shot back on. Otherwise, it looks like I've just had a pickup. So they go, oh, okay, you've had 6 under, but have you?
Yeah,
Because
right.
you picked up. It's like, no, I didn't.
No,
I just
see,
missed my
here's-
birdie putt.
Here's the thing, right?
You know what I mean? Like, I hate
I don't know
how
whether
that
or not
looks.
it's the people that you play with or whatever, but if I'm playing in a par round, even Stableford, generally, I just play stroke.
Oh, absolutely. You're always playing stroke, but it comes back with how the scorecard is formatted.
Yeah, no, I
So
get
it's
it.
just how it looks.
But
I
even
don't
still,
like
so
it.
like I will
don't
never,
like it.
if I can avoid it, I'll never put down P's or pickups on the scorecard. Never. Unless I've physically picked the
neither.
ball up. I'd rather see a 5 for a minus than a pickup for a minus.
Yeah.
Numbers over letters all the fucking time.
Oh, of course.
But
of course.
I can't sympathize with you because I'm not a plus fucking handicapper. But for me, par is stress-free golf.
It is.
Because no matter how fucking many shots you have on a hole, you're only losing 1 score.
I understand that. I do understand that. And then
Getting
there's
back from -3 to even is far better than trying to chase up 6 points.
I understand that. I do get that. But on the flip side, on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, if I make eagle, good plus.
You don't
bro.
get double pluses.
Good plus, bro.
You don't get double
It's like,
pluses.
fuck. You know what I mean? And I've had times like I've had 2 low numbers now that I remember playing par, and I avoid par. I avoid playing par.
I love par.
Unless I get booked in and it's just a chill day and no one cares and
Yeah.
blah blah blah. But the other flip side is if I play somewhere off the white tees on like the front tees at a course, generally I have to give another shot back. So at Heidelberg, like at the moment, I'd be playing off about +7 off the or +6 +7 off the whites, right? If I have 4 under, right? Yeah, I'm happy with 4 under, good score. But I've had -3, so people are going, oh, what happened? It's like, hang on, no, I haven't played bad. It's just I haven't shot fucking 7 under.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't like it. Put par in the bin.
Yeah, you can put it in the bin and I'll just pick it up and dust it off and put it back.
Dust it off.
Put
go.
it back.
Let's go. All right, hit me.
Gimmick or gimmick golf gifts.
Huh?
Like golf, like gifts that you like, presents that you receive for like birthdays or whatever
yeah.
that are golf related that are gimmicky, like the exploding golf balls,
Oh,
shot counters. Fuck all of it off. In the bin.
I didn't see that coming. Like,
you know why?
Like
Because I've
pens-
roses them.
Pens shaped as golf clubs or something
Nah,
like
don't
that.
mind those.
You don't
They're-
mind
they're
them?
okay.
That's a weird one.
That's okay. But like the novelty fucking toilet putting set where you're sitting on the toilet doing your business and hitting putts on this little tiny mat with a plastic putter.
Yeah.
Fuck that off. No. The last thing when I'm no. In the bin.
See, there's certain
No.
things. There's certain things that I like. There's certain things like what could it be? Like if you had like that exploding ball. That's funny.
Oh nah,
You don't-
because
it's
I
just
don't.
not-
If someone threw me a ball and said, "Oi, Drags, hit this,"
Just not this-
and it exploded, it'd piss me off.
I know you would. You're that sort. It would annoy the shit out of you, and it would annoy me that it annoyed you. It would. I'd watch you show this thing. You come around, you're going, "You serious? I nutted that." Right? I'm like, "Fuck, you fucking would too." You would.
got all of that.
I got all of that, and it's exploded. Fuck it. It could have got 300. Like, you so would. You're that sort. You're that bloke.
Oh god, I just hate fun.
He's allergic to happiness. I'm not gonna agree or disagree. I understand. I get
It's
it.
because
I
I've
get it.
received them.
I get
and
it.
people who don't know how into golf I am still think it's an acceptable thing to do.
I'm gonna branch off yours just for a sec.
Okay.
When family members
Yeah.
that have no idea about golf on a certain side, I don't see them very often. I might see them
Yeah.
around Chrissy and once during the year that might
Yep.
be it, right. And we have Chris Kringle, and I receive a fucking a dozen of Callaway Warbirds.
Oh, I love the Warbirds.
There you go. Or like a fucking glove with a hole in it. Or
Yeah.
fucking some shoe cleaning gel or something like
Yeah.
that. I'm like, thanks. Like, I love
No,
the
and
thought.
The thought is
but
there,
I'm
and we
throwing this
really,
out.
and honestly, because I'm the same. I'm the same because I've received countless golf gifts, and this is by no means a share, like a message to my family being like,
No.
stop it.
No.
Just hit me up first. I'll tell you what to get.
Yeah, facts. Facts.
Right?
Facts. Stop. Exactly right.
And you know what?
Just give
If
me a
there's
call.
a $20
Hey, Joel,
limit,
quick one.
I'll give you the other $60 to make up a dozen Pro V ones.
But
like, it's all
you know
good.
what I received one year?
Go.
This would have been probably about 4 years ago now, 4 or 5 years ago, and I remember I was one of there was another guy a cousin my age, and he had me for Chris Kringle. I had someone else. I had one of the younger kids, but he had me, and in comes a really old box. It was Pro V box, but it was old. It was mid 2000s sort of thing.
Oh, cool.
Right, so I'm like, oh, awesome. So like, not vintage balls, but older
But,
model
like, you wouldn't
balls.
use 'em.
Awesome. No, I wouldn't use them, but I'm like, okay,
They're
these are a
collect-
few models back. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Cool. This is cool. Right. I open it up, and it's just these random dirty balls that he collected from the golf course down the road. Right. So like on the fence line, he's just picked up balls and chucked it in this box. Right. So there was a couple range balls. There was a couple top flights. There was this pink noodle thing.
Oh,
and I'm
man.
looking at it going, thanks. The fuck am I going to do with that?
Yeah.
So I literally, as we were driving home, I just opened the window and just like poured them all out and they're just bouncing on the road. Like this, I'm like, that was fun. But that was it. That's all. I'm just
Oh,
like,
we're so ungrateful.
no. I'm grateful for the thought and
And the
I
effort.
love the innocence. I
Yeah.
love the innocence. That's my favorite. It's like they're looking at it going,
Yeah.
it's golf, so you must love it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Like, damn it.
Nah,
I'm
look.
like, I got you a PS4 controller and you've got me there
Yeah.
anyway.
I thought about what I could get you that you would. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Moving on. Give me yours.
So you're gonna go, shut up, dickhead. But I feel like this. There just needs to be a bit more leniency with this. I find
Okay.
so a course record format. So the way a course record is calculated.
No, I'm all for this.
So you'll see on tours and stuff like that. They're all set up as tournament based. They're off the tips. You know,
Yep.
that's the hardest the course can be. It's in stroke.
Yep.
Blah blah blah. So if they shoot a course record, it's a course record.
Yep.
However, I find it, you just your general golf club or a general sort of round or something like that. It has to be one, a stroke day, has to be one off the back, and two has to be marked. And there was in some cases had to be marked and signed off by a board member. Like a board member had to sign it off, going tick, tick, tick. Yep, you've done all the right things. You can't pick up the ball, so it can't be in Stableford, can't be anything like that. And I'm just like, look, I understand. I completely get it. A course record is the whole golf course. You've had the lowest score, right? But there's been times where
It's so easy just to categorize it
and
just go, right, here is the course record in a medal off the tips.
He's the black
in
course
medal
record.
condition.
He's the white course record, or something like that.
Or just he's the medal course record off the blacks, which is it's medal conditions, right? It's club champs
That's
conditions.
the golf course record,
right? And then
He's-
here is the everyday course record.
Oh yeah. He's the white course. He's the white course record.
You know, Bob had a 61 playing par off the whites.
Yeah.
But it's still a 61.
Yeah. So my gripe with it is the fact that so we mentioned it last week. Like I had a really good low number
Don't tell me it was a course record.
Sunday week. Hey,
Don't tell me it was a course record.
I don't know. I actually don't know if we record or calculate course
Because
records.
somebody
nor do I really mind. I don't care.
somebody
if
commented and asked if that was a course record
I
on
think
on our story.
I think it is, especially because every time a course changes or a new layout has been confirmed, then that's a new golf course. New.
So
You know what I mean?
technically it could be.
So it is. It's the lowest number since the course has been re-rated.
Yeah.
I guess. So it's the lowest number, but there was so many people that said, "Oh, great score," but it was off the whites. And I'm like, "Fuck off." They go, "Oh, but it was in a Stableford round." I'm like, "Yeah, but I played out every hole. You know, I played out every hole. Didn't pick up the ball once."
It's that tall poppy syndrome bullshit as well.
That's not
We're
the point.
so quick to chop people's heads off.
I get it. But there wasn't many of them, but it was just enough for me to go, "Shut up, idiot." Like,
Just appreciate it for what it is. It's a 9.
I didn't want. I wasn't demanding the respect of having a low number. I was demanding. It's like, hang on, why
Just
are you
appreciate it for what
why
it
are you
is.
picking the negative out of that?
Yeah,
you know what
it's
I
a
mean.
9.
And I'm just and a lot of people did ask me, "Oh, that must be a course record." I said, "It's not because it wasn't off the blacks. It wasn't in a stroke round." They go, "What? What the fuck's that got to do with it?" And it sort of
Exactly.
made me think. I'm like,
No,
hey,
I'm
yeah.
all over it. I'm all over
And
it.
like, I think I was kind of like you, a full proper course record. Yes, off the black has to be. But even if someone even if I shot 9 under off the black in a Stableford round, yeah, it's not a stroke round. But if you put the exact score that I had in that Stableford round into a stroke round, it is the same score. I've had the same shots. It's not like I picked up on one hole and then made 3 eagles to make up for the lost points. No. Or I made bogey on a shot I have to give a shot back on. So it goes in as pickup. Whereas on that stroke day, I've just made bogey.
Clubs could do it
know
so
what I mean?
much better. They could honestly.
No. But it's not a thing that needs to really be worried about. It's not.
No,
it's,
but it's a bit of I'm in your boat with this because it's the recognition that an amazing score like a 9 under deserves.
yeah. Okay.
Fuck who hit it and fuck where you hit it from.
Yeah. Facts.
We're not talking about
Facts.
net scores here.
Facts.
We're talking about gross.
Yeah, gross scores.
We're not talking about Baz who plays off 39 who had a net 59.
Yeah.
Because he, had whatever that number is on a Saturday.
Yeah.
You shot a fucking 62
Yeah.
in pretty fucking close to conditions.
My bad.
Yeah, all right. You're playing off the whites and it was Stableford, big whoop. But if all the club needs to do is go, right, what's your scorecard look like?
Yeah.
And they can
That's what I mean.
They can still put it up
That's-
on the
that's
wall
what I mean.
and go,
My gripe
Joel
with
Mitchell has the course record. Here's the scorecard.
My gripe with it is not the fact that I don't get the course record. I don't care. I honestly don't care. But
you
it's
could
just the
be
format of
acknowledged.
it. It's the mentality.
Could be
It's
acknowledged.
It's like people are like, okay, so it's not really the course record because it's not this, this, and this. I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck the standards off. And if it was, even if it was off the blacks, like I said, it still wouldn't be the course record because they go, oh, it's not a stroke medal. I said, but the scorecard would be the exact same. That's my gripe with it. So I'm not expecting people to go, oh, here's a plaque for your course record. No, I don't want that. I just want the mentality changed.
Yeah, no,
You know what
I get it. I get it.
That's what I sort of want to see. And like I've heard many other people, like even when Ben Murphy shot 57 at Peninsula Kingswood, they go, yeah, it's not a course record. It was off the whites. I said, but he shot 57.
Yeah.
Or 58 or whatever he shot. I'm like, do you realize how absurd that is? And like to think that I've had 9 and he's had 14.
Yeah.
He's had 5 shots on top of the round that I had. And I'm like, oh,
And he gets nothing.
I don't know if I could get 5 out of that. I could probably maybe get 3. But 5, like 14 is
Absurd. It's
ridiculous.
absurd.
That is everything going right perfectly at every time.
All right, my last one. And then we're going to get stuck into the questions from
Yeah,
the second
questions.
cut.
Yep.
Driver releases every year.
Okay, yeah.
It dilutes the market.
Right.
right? And I'm not talking like, so Titleist will release drivers every couple of years along with iron sets and stuff like that. Rate it. 2 years is perfect.
Okay.
Right? Allow people the opportunity to get the true like fitting experience and like get everything they can out of the clubs you're selling them.
Yeah. Get that
Tailor
too.
made, just keep throwing driver on top of driver on top of driver on top of driver. The Sim 2 was 5 drivers ago.
Was it
Or
actually?
3 drivers ago, sorry.
Was it
The
actually?
M6 was 5 drivers ago.
Ew, for M6, didn't feel like that
so
long ago.
Sim 2, Stealth 2, QI 10,
QI10.
5 drivers ago, M6, it's 4 years ago or 5 years ago.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
And the
wow.
M6 was huge. Like it was a massive driver. M5, M6 was awesome.
The M6
right?
I liked actually.
F9, Cobra F9, same deal. Every year Cobra release a new fucking driver.
Yeah.
Why? And you can go and get fit for these drivers every year. And if you want to do it, by all means, fucking go for it. Spend $1,000, $1,500.
Keep up to date. Yeah.
Keep up to date. Have the freshest gear in your bag. Awesome. If you want to do it, you want to spend the cash, go for it. Right? But because they're releasing a new driver every year, I reckon that's why the prices are going up. Because the marketing that goes behind it to actually sell these fucking things is getting more and more expensive.
Yeah, to make
and
it
they're
seem
having
like
to
it's
prove why it's worth getting a new driver every fucking year for a yard and a half extra distance.
I actually follow this. I like
Right,
this. Yeah.
a yard and a half extra distance and a little bit more. Like, have you not noticed in the last sort of 12 months, manufacturers have gone from ultimate distance to ultimate forgiveness, and the balance of powers has changed completely. So now you're going like the QI10 literally stands for like qualitative inertia 10,000, right? Which means that like it's ultimately it's quest for inertia 10,000 or something. They're trying to achieve a certain number which is like the number that they use to measure forgiveness.
Yeah. Right.
Right. And that's why the Ping G430 10K is so good, because they've actually hit that number.
10,000. Yeah, right.
They've actually hit that number in that driver. So
I haven't researched
it's
that.
the most forgiving driver on the market because they actually hit that 10,000, whatever the fuck it means. I don't know. Don't ask me.
Yeah.
Right. But every year we're releasing new drivers and it's just diluting the market. And it's only a couple of manufacturers. It's like 3 or 4 at most.
Yeah. So you're right. Titleist is that every second
the
year.
same.
Every second year where it's like, where after that second year, you're sort of like, okay.
I would much rather.
What's next?
What's
You know what I mean?
exactly? What's next?
What's
You've got 2
next?
years of R&D to go and fucking figure it out. Because I guarantee you now, the QI10's out this year. They've already got the next driver ready to go.
Oh, they had their next driver ready to go 2 years ago.
Correct.
I've spoken to R&D researchers before.
You think you're getting a 2024 driver? No. You're getting a 2022 driver.
Yeah, that was designed and made.
It's just been sat on the shelf for 2 years, and they go, okay, cool. It's that time of year. January 1, sweet. Load that fucking marketing package up.
Yep, off you go.
Here you go, Rory. Hit that for a little bit.
It's the same deal with everything. Like Titleist has done it as well. Like the GT isn't something they thought of 3 months ago.
No, I completely get it. But they're releasing it every 2 years.
It's every 2
They
years.
release balls every 2 years. They release irons every 2 years. They release wedges every 2 years.
And it's just long enough to go, righto, what's next?
exactly
Sort of thing. And like imagine it was every 3 years. By that third year, you're sort of like, come on, give me something.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So I agree with you. I agree with you that every year you're just like
product releases every year, especially things like drivers, and it's so expensive,
yeah, it's just
right?
for
And I cannot say this enough to branch off this just slightly. Go buy old stuff. If you like, I'm going to shout out the golf.
if prices
I'm
are
going
an
to
issue.
shout out the golf clearance outlet.
If prices are an issue.
There's a shop in Melbourne called the Golf Clearance Outlet. I think they've got a couple of stores in Nunawading and Oakley. If you can get down there, you will find good quality 1 or 2 generation old drivers and clubs and stuff for a fraction of the price.
Yeah.
And they're just as good. I'm telling you this now.
Yeah.
Gone are the days where you're going to get, let's hypothetically say me. I go and get fit for a Stealth 2, which is last year's TaylorMade driver. And I average a 260 meter ball carry with the Stealth 2. Gone are the days where in the next year's model, I'm going to get another 15 yards just because it's a new head. Those days are gone. Like I've mentioned before, we are right on the edge of what the regulations will allow us to be with club technology.
I disagree, but continue.
They will change them again. They'll change the regulations again because they have to.
Yeah.
right? The game will continue to grow.
Yeah.
But until they change it, we're that fucking close.
See, my only argument for that, I completely agree with you. And that's why having a 460cc driver, that's regulation, that's as far as you can go sort of thing.
Yeah.
I feel like we've got a millimetre to go with getting every bit of distance you can out
That's
of it.
what I mean. That's what I mean.
But people don't do enough of their research to understand that that's not exactly what drivers are made to do anymore.
No.
Like with the new current models especially. So I've heard from the GT that they're getting an extra couple mile an hour, great, but the dispersions, the spin rates are just so much more optimized.
Yeah.
The launch angle's optimized, the acoustics optimized, the look is a bit nicer.
And
you know
that's
what I mean?
We've spent the last 15 years trying to hit it as far as we can.
Yeah. And now
we're going to spend the next 10 years
reached.
trying to hit it as straight as
Exactly.
we can.
And that's what those R&D people are really trying to do. So there's something called gear effect, won't do it now, blah, blah, blah. There's something called bulge and roll on a club. There's things that the different spin rates on each part of the face does. There's weights in the head that do different things.
Yep.
Anyway, but it's
It's a
that
wicked
research.
combination of shit that goes together to make you hit the ball straighter.
Exactly.
I just think that you certainly, and because I'm thinking about it too. I've got TSR2, I've got TSR Woods in the bag.
Yep.
I've seen the GT come out, and I'm literally thinking, it's been 2 years. Do I have a crack? But I'm also thinking,
Good.
Probably not. Maybe next year. Maybe next year I'll get 3 years out of this driver, and then I might go for a new one.
Honestly, I agree because you can get 10 years out of the driver as long as it doesn't crack. And like the TSR, I got asked by a couple people. They looked at me and genuinely, and I love doing my own little personal marketing for Titleist because I'm so well in tune with them and FootJoy as well because I'm contracted with them for one. Blah blah. Anyway, I'm very very close with them. So I do. If people say, "Oh, is it worth it?" Absolutely, it is because I'm with them. And for one, the product's amazing. So, of course, if someone goes, should I buy the new driver? I said, absolutely. Because I have so much trust in it, right?
You will be the barometer for me if I decide to pull the pin on the GT.
Yeah, well, I've got like 2 weeks until my fitting, which I'm actually going to be able to hit them, right? And I know they're going to be amazing. I know that. I've seen numbers. I've seen people that are very hard to please and they go, whoa, sort of thing. So it's good. But for someone that goes, really, $1,000 on something new, that's not going to get me. And they actually look at me, is it worth it? I said, look, if you're happy with this, no, don't.
Yeah.
If you're going, nah, this is poo, get me something else, absolutely it is. But if you don't care about that extra 5 meters, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Doesn't matter. Cool. Just stick with this. You hit this fantastic. An extra 2 meters is going to be fuck all.
Ultimately, that's what it's going to come down to
Exactly.
for me because I love my TSRs.
But then I explained to them once again that dispersion is going to come down. You're going to hit more fairways. You're going to have more control. Is that worth spending $1,000? That's on you. That's honestly on you. Cool. Questions?
Questions from the second cut.
Mine's got some meat on it.
Go for it.
So hold tight. Right. What would you choose?
Okay.
Now, you're restricted to only one of these. Can't change at any time once you've made a decision. That's it. To play 36 holes per year. So one day during the year, you play 36 holes. And that's it. That's all you get for the year. 18 holes every 6 months. So starting Jan 1, 6 months, you can play 18 holes. 6 months after that, you play
Or
18
9 holes every quarter.
No. Or 3 holes per month. That's just 36 holes a year. That's all you get.
18 holes every 6 months.
Is it? All right. Why is that?
I honestly don't know.
It's a shit one, isn't it?
It's such a
Imagine how shit that would be.
That sucks. That is the worst question you've ever come up with. That is horseshit.
Tell Britt that. That was her question.
Britt, horseshit.
Oh, no. I'm going to show her this.
Love you, Britt.
I'm going
but
to show her this.
Oh, yeah. Brother. Ugh.
Don't you like that one?
Hate it.
Is it because you're restricted or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I play too much golf to strip it down to 2 rounds a year. Fuck that.
Imagine that.
But here's the thing. I've been in that boat though. I've been that guy that plays 2 rounds a year.
Imagine 3 holes per month though. So that's 1 hole every 10 days. Every 10 days.
So I can't even go practice. Can't hit balls on the range. Just once a month, the 15th of every month, I rock up to Heidelberg.
No, not 1 hole per month. It's 3 holes per month.
3 holes.
Which is about
No.
Which is
Just
about
hear me
1
out.
hole every 10 days.
Right? Okay, well, I'm not going to rock up every 10 days and play the first hole at Heidelberg.
No.
No. I'm going to rock up on the 15th of every month and go, right, 1, 2, 3. And then the next one,
4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 6.
Really?
If I had to do it that way, but I'd play 2 18-hole rounds a year.
Yeah. Okay.
If I absolutely had to. Space it out. One at the start, one at the end.
Imagine how shit that would be.
So shit. So shit. Oh, I feel
How
like
bad
I
would
feel
that be?
dirty.
Imagine that. You play your 18-hole rounds, you've had your 24 points, and you're like, oh, fuck. I just hit a good drive on that last hole. Right, 6 months.
Yeah, see you next week.
Imagine Imagine that.
Fuck.
Hit me.
Is golf boring to watch?
Yes.
Right? Since Liv has come in, is it too diluted?
No.
And are we only caring about the majors now?
No, fuck live, for one.
Fuck
that's
live for one.
No, not fuck live, but that's not
No,
the
you
reason.
said it.
That's not the reason.
said it with
that's-
chest.
That's not fuck live as in as an entirety. It's
Fuck their existence.
fuck that statement. As in no, live's not the reason why golf's boring. Golf is boring if you don't appreciate what those people on TV are doing.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. See, when I was a bit younger, 14, 15, 16, when I'm really
Golf
starting
was
to fall in love
so
with it,
boring.
couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch it because I'm like, I just want to go play. I don't care.
It's a bit like Test cricket.
Sort of.
I can sit and watch Test cricket all day long
Me too.
because I'm just like,
Me too.
Fuck facing Mitchell Johnson
too.
at 150 clicks.
Imagine that. And all you're waiting on is that anticipation of, is it this one? Take a wicket.
Yeah.
Is Mitchell Stark going to rip the stumps out this ball? Like you don't know. Is Brett Lee going to produce 160 clicks? You don't know.
No.
So that because we have the appreciation for it.
You sent and on that, right?
Yeah.
You sent me a Instagram reel the other week, and you might have seen it of Colin Morikawa hitting a pitch shot that rips its head off.
It doesn't.
And
yeah.
the commentator goes, needs to bite. I'm like, this pitch, what the fuck? As if you don't know that this is Colin Morikawa, one of the best in the world
so
with wedge in hand.
In context, that's a 50, 55 yard shot, right? And he's just opened the blade up a little bit, chucked it a bit back in his stance, and just ripped that club head through it and taken a bit of a nippy lie. And he said on an interview, he goes, that shot, everything was with me. So I had a downhill, down grain lie. That was a bit warmer. There was a bit of,
Anyway.
and he hit the shot, went skip, skid, like
And
this
stopped
close to
on
the
a
hole,
dime.
and it was porn. It was,
But that's the thing. What I'm saying is, you and I and a lot of other people out there
Yeah.
can appreciate that for just how fucking good that is,
and how hard that is.
how hard that is. But also, and this is the best thing about golf, we know that if we tried hard enough, we could get pretty close to replicating that ourselves.
I know,
And that's why it's
the
the best golf. That's why it's the best sport in the world. And
Yeah.
we're going to get into. I've been umming and ahhing about this topic for a long time. But the ball rollback, and we're going to talk about that in length one day.
I don't know enough about it.
We'll do some research probably in the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
But that's why this sport is so great because we're using the same gear, playing very similar golf courses. It's the same fucking sport.
Same gear to an
You
extent.
and I
to an
cannot
extent.
go and face Mitchell Stark on the weekend at our local cricket game.
No.
We can't face anybody that gets near enough that quick. I can't go take hangers on Lockie Neal. That's not
It's
in my
possible.
repertoire. I
That's
can't
not
do
possible.
it.
Yeah.
He plays for Brisbane.
Yeah. But you can go
But
trying
I can,
to replicate
but
a
I
shot
can go
that
to
Tiger Woods
Heidelberg
hit. Yeah.
and I can stick a 4-iron to 15 feet on a 180 metre par 3
Yeah. Yeah.
with 4-iron,
yeah.
just like fucking DJ can.
Yeah. Yeah. Facts. He's hitting 6-iron, but anyway.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, same thing.
Doesn't
But I agree. To sum up and answer the question, golf is I'm just gonna repeat it. Golf is boring if you don't appreciate what these guys are doing and how good they are. That's the answer to that question. If you go, don't really care or know who these people are, yeah, fuck watching it. Because you don't know what it is. You don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You don't know how hard the things are. And if
I
you
rate
see
it.
if people see an event, they're 20 under par, and they're like, a lot of people sitting on the couch are like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. It's like, do you realize how fucking hard that is to be 20 under after 4 days, 4 consecutive days of grueling
Well,
golf in that sort of pressure and tension? You don't understand
Davis
what
Thompson
you're looking
just
at.
won with 28.
Yeah, fuck, that's insane. And yeah, the course will be set up pretty gettable. It has to be to shoot that sort of number. But he's averaging his 65 for the week.
It can be set up as easy as you like. Someone's still got to go out there and play good to fucking score that ball.
They're still putting together a week.
Yeah.
And they go, oh, you have 20 under for a week and come top 12? Really? Right? And
Yeah,
it's
that's
like, I
because
understand that, but They're the best players on the planet.
Yeah.
So you'd expect it.
And that's ultimately what the PGA Tour have wanted for a long time. They want shootouts.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially
Every
with
week.
those sort of events. John Deere Classic, Rocket Mortgage Classic.
It's
Beautiful.
If you watch the Corn Ferry Tour, and the Corn Ferry Tour is such good golf.
They are. They're all
right?
good players.
That is legitimate shootouts. These guys are playing for their lives.
If
right?
if you have enough respect for TV golf, even watching the Aussie Tour on TV, watching the guys that a lot of them I grew up with, a lot, well, not grew up with, but a lot of them I've seen go through those junior ranks and those amateur ranks, and now they've gone bang onto the tour and they're up there. And not a lot of people actually appreciate how good even those guys are. They are very, very good players, and like I don't want to blow smoke, but I'm fucking hoping to be on that stage
one day
within the next 12 months.
Fuck yeah.
That'd be awesome to be at that level and people to watch it and go, yeah,
And people
these
can
guys
be
are
bored,
good.
and people can be bored
People
watching
can be
you.
bored of watching me miss a 4-footer. Fucking just.
We wanted to do a bit of recaps and feedback.
yeah.
I reckon we leave it.
I don't.
Okay, cool. All right. We had one comment on our episode 18, Tweaks and Changes.
Tweaks and what?
Noah. We were talking about 24/7 golf courses. Noah 29.
What was this on?
Sorry?
What was this on?
On the episode, we talked.
Yeah.
I raised the question about Melbourne having a 24/7 golf course.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Or
Yeah,
Australia, right?
yeah.
And Noah asked the question: how do 24/7 golf courses and their groundskeepers or get their groundskeepers out every day? And the
That's a
answer
great question.
the answer is simple. Like nothing changes day to day.
Just have a night crew.
You just not even. You don't need a night crew because what like aside from the fact that nobody's playing a golf course at the moment in the dark, people will just be playing it in the dark. You can still send your crew out at 4 a.m. like you do anyway, and it just means that there's a chance that people are going to be chasing the crew every time.
To go into detail with that, just quickly, the only flip side to that is if there's actually going to be traffic at 2 a.m., like if there's going to be still a lot of people out there, it's going to take a toll if no one's touching it.
Yeah, no, I get that.
So, and they
that's
do
fair.
need to find space.
But then you could
They
also
do
do it like where yes, it's 24/7, but maybe every couple of days you close it for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Rather than
close for maintenance.
close for maintenance every 4 for 4 hours.
Or they have that 4 hour block where they have tea times running from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Yeah.
And they have that 4 hour window where they could do whatever they want. If they need to do works while people are playing, do works. Everyone knows give way to ground staff. And if you say you don't give away to ground staff, you're a scum of the earth. That makes me so angry when I see people out there hitting it, fucking ground staff in bunkers going, oh, what are they doing out here? Puh.
Very nice.
my 2 cents.
Have you got one quickly?
Yeah, so the recent reel
TikTok?
you put up, it was with Charlie, our guest last week. Her
Would you
second cut
rathers?
question, the would you rather, the hole in one. We had a guy, Chris, that said it's not hard at all. He goes, once every 5 for sure. He goes, I'll just take one in my life as long as my mates see it.
Yeah. That's
Great answer. That's
great
a great
answer.
mentality. That's perfect.
Great answer.
What else? Oh, your Heidelberg. What snack would you choose?
The chicken schnitty, yeah.
Yep. So there was one guy that said never seen a schnitty roll at Heidelberg. Obviously, he's there on the wrong days. Your comment was exactly that.
Yep.
I like this one. There's a guy named Eden. He goes half a dozen steamed dimmies with a bottle of soy sauce.
Nice.
And he goes, use a tea as a fork.
Okay. Creative.
One other guy named John. He goes meat rocket. Oh, I like that one.
Keep it coming.
The would you rather, the zero noise,
Yep.
or same song.
Yep.
One of the guys, a guy named Nozza, I believe his name is,
Yep.
goes music all the time. Got to talk to the boys.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I backed that, but then there was also someone that, I don't know, a bit of a weird account. I must say, I'm not sure who this is, but they just said 10 hours of silence, black screen. I'm like, okay. It's like, I don't know about that one.
No problems.
Yeah, that was.
That's about it.
That's pretty much.
Well, thank you, ladies
Top
and
top.
gentlemen, for your feedback and for getting in touch with us through the comments of our TikToks,
Absolutely.
Instagrams, and the episodes themselves. We apologize if we do take a little bit of time to get back to them. It's not something we really want to do every week, but every few.
No,
just
we
sort of
want
touch
to,
base.
but we won't. We'll do it. We'll catch up.
We'll
just
catch up every few weeks and just sort of answer some questions and respond to some feedback and stuff.
with those really successful TikToks. We'll go for some of the clips that have gone. Oh, awesome! They've got some great traction. We'll just follow up on some of the comments.
Absolutely. And I think that's a good place to leave it, mate. We've kind of
tidy
gone well overs
Nah,
by
we
our normal
haven't. Nah,
standards.
fuck it.
Thanks very much, ladies and gentlemen, for listening and for watching on YouTube. Be sure to like and subscribe. Follow us on Spotify. Share it with your friends. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Keep your eyes peeled to our socials. And get on well. We'll see you next week. Cheers.